It's now time for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Starring Ryan Ermanni, Michigan great and former NFL baller Braylon Edwards, and of course, Tom Mazaway. Let's talk some sports.
Hey, let's go! Friday show, October 27th, 2023. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com, fox2detroit.com, and the Fox local app if you're watching at home and if you're watching live. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, we say hello. Hit that like button and subscribe to Woodward Sports on YouTube. Braylon Edwards, good afternoon to you, my friend.
What's going on, Ryan Ermanni? Feeling good this Friday. I stopped by my mentor, Dan Russell, over at Tryon Solutions right there in Troy. And they had a Halloween office party. Maz and Ryan and JB and Parker. It has some pretty cool costumes, some pretty good ones. But none was funnier to me than this one. And I garner Ryan Ermanni. We're going to see this costume a lot. It is
Connor Stallions.
It is Connor Stallions, University of Michigan alleged spy and leader of Spygate and the web of spies, they're calling it. The thing that I love about this costume, Maz, as I send it to you and say good afternoon, is you're going to see more Michigan people dressed up as Connor Stallions than you will anybody else. It will not be Michigan State. It will not be regular people of the state. It will not be Ohio State fans. It's going to be Michigans because we're trolling the trolls. Good afternoon,
I
Maz.
agree with
Hey,
that.
fellas.
100%.
Yesterday, Aiden Hutchinson spoke out and said, I think Matt Broder was one of the guys that asked him about,
Did you say Michigan was guilty?
about Stallions. Did you ever meet him? And he's like, nah, he's one of those coaches that were upstairs. We never really ran into each other. I say that yesterday on the Drew and Mike show and later in the afternoon. Today, several Drew and Mike people, of course, sent me a picture of Aiden Hutchinson with his arm around Connor Stallions.
I will say, I saw that on ML Foot, the ML Football tweet.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest. I like ML Football, like that Twitter ML Football.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest tweet he's ever sent out in my life.
Listen,
What did it say?
Listen. Do you know how many people that I have met?
That's where I was going.
And that's why I took it from you, Ryan. I got your back.
Right.
Do you know how many people, Maz? I went to Michigan for 4 years. Aiden Hutchinson went for 5 years. Do you know how many people I met when I was at Michigan? Do you know how many times people that worked in the building, people I've taken pictures with, people that have done things for me allegedly, blah blah blah. I don't know these people's names. It took me till after I left Michigan to realize Larry Smith's name. Larry Smith runs the building at Schembeckler. I see him every day for 4 years. Didn't know his name until 5 years ago. Like literally 5 years ago.
You never asked?
No, because you meet so many people
Right.
on a day-to-day basis at Schembeckler. It's a huge place. It's a huge school. It's a lot of people that work there. A lot of people that work for the football team don't even work at the football facility or the football building. They work at other places, whether it's Weidenbach, whether it's at the stadium, whether it's somewhere else. So many people that we meet. And this is other schools too. Michigan ain't the only one. You're like, hey, Braylon, my brother-in-law is on the staff up there. He does this, that, and the third. Okay, is he Scott Draper? If he's not Scott Draper, I don't know.
Well, even just how many people walk up to you on the street with a cell phone and say, "Hey, can I take a selfie with you?" And quick snap it.
But
people do that with you, Tom.
Right, I know.
Mazaway.
Wasn't he in a Michigan uniform, though?
It was in the locker room.
It's media
So?
day. It's a meet. You know how many people you meet on media day come in and want to take a picture with you because it's the last time that they're going to see Aiden Hutchinson, who's going to win whatever
That was
award
the
this year.
dumbest tweet he's ever
They're going to take a
pushed
picture
out.
of Mike Hart on media day because the last time you'll see Mike Hart wear number 20 that season because this is the best time that you have to take a picture with
Here's
somebody.
an example.
Like, come on, really?
Do you know how many people, like, every day, for those of you that don't know,
I've worked here for 3 years. I don't know everybody's name.
I do the Fox 2 morning show. It's called The 9. We're on from 9 to 11. It's more of a news magazine kind of show, a feel-good lifestyle show. We have, 3 guests in the 9 o'clock hour, 3 guests in the 10 o'clock hour. So it's 6 guests a day, 6 segments a day where there's, you're meeting 20 people a day,
Right.
between the 6 segments.
Yeah.
20 people a day times 5 days a week. That's 100 people a week. That's 400 people a month. That's 1,600 people a year.
You're good at
Do you
math.
know how many people after those segments you put your arm around, they take a quick picture with you? And then you say, "Oh, she was on your show. You know her, don't you?"
No, I do not.
I don't know who you're talking about. Oh, you did a segment with her 5 years ago. Great. I'm so sorry.
Well said.
You know how many people I take
that
pictures with?
picture that's circulating with Connor Stallions and Aiden Hutchinson, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and the fact that you're like, but Bray had his uniform on. You know how many people I've taken pictures with? From the Jets to the Browns to the Michigan.
I got you.
To 4 years here, to 5 years there, to 2 years here. Like, I've taken 1,000 pictures. More than that. I don't know everybody. I don't remember everybody. And most people that I say I don't know, I truly, really do not know.
This is what the Michigan haters are throwing out there.
Well,
they're throwing everything.
Well, don't throw it at me.
No, I wasn't throwing it at you.
No, once I said, like, it's not true. You're like, but Bray has his uniform on. I'm telling you, don't let those people get you down. Like, don't let those people cause you to change your mind and not steer.
I'm not changing my mind. I'm just pissed.
Okay.
I'm pissed.
Some guys they hate for
how
no
do we
reason.
answer? I mean, how do you answer to
You
this?
don't.
You
You
don't.
don't, Maz.
I just told you a story
It's
about
like-
Jonathan Majors.
It's almost like pick any political figure that you know.
Right.
You're not changing the person's. If you say this person's name or that person's name, you're going to have people that love him, you're going to have people that hate him. You're going to have people that love this lady, you're going to have people that don't like this lady.
Right.
It's no different. You're not changing their mind on that. And you're not changing their mind on this.
You're
They
right.
have already made up their mind on the Michigan sign stealing scandal. It's it. And there could be any video evidence that would exonerate Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan football staff. There could be a special prosecutor assigned to the Michigan sign stealing case. And that special prosecutor can come out after a 2-year investigation and say, we have unequivocally reached a conclusion that Jim Harbaugh and Michigan and the coaching staff did not cheat. And you know what would happen? People
still
tell you they're lying. They're cheating.
Well,
They've already made up their mind, so it doesn't matter what they
Right. Now, here's the latest, and I spoke to Bray about this, and he set me good. Now, TCU is Sonny Dykes is saying, oh, yeah, we knew they were stealing signs in the playoffs, so we made dummy signs and told our people don't pay attention to them. So it's just another story. There's just more story after more story.
Okay, so this is
coming
great.
out.
Go ahead, Bray.
When you start to hear people like Sonny Dykes when they come out of TCU who beat University of Michigan in the semifinals last year, when they come out, this is when you start getting excited, Maz, because they're going to go to everybody, hey, Sonny Dykes, we need you to jump on board. Yeah, Sonny Dykes wants to be a part of good old boys community. He wants to be lobbied in with the NCAA. Like, if they were stealing signs, why didn't you say anything sooner? Why didn't you say something way back when this was happening? Why didn't you say something after the game, after you won? Then it really would have made sense. You know what? We suspected that they were stealing signs. We changed our signs. It didn't affect us. We were able to still get the W. Didn't say anything. Now all of a sudden, TCU and Sonny Dykes, this is all a part of the same machine. Maz, when you start to get panicked is when they actually send Michigan something and say, hey, this is what we're charging you and accusing you of. You now have 90 days. And that's what happens. Once they find something, enough evidence, if you will, they send them a charge. Once they send the charge, University of Michigan has 90 days to respond or to comply. None of that will affect the eligibility of this season. None of that will affect the national championship of January. And they won't have anything to send in charge, point blank, period. So they want the Michigan fans, Michigan team, and the head coach, most of all, to crumble under the pressure that really, really isn't there.
And honestly, if Sonny Dykes and TCU is able to figure out that Michigan is stealing signs, I'm sorry, how can't James Franklin and Ryan Day?
Right.
Shame on you.
Well said.
Shame on you for not being able to do your homework either and understand what the opponent is doing. I'm sorry, those two coaches are just miserable. And also this is one part
How's
of the
TCU doing this year, by the way?
This is the part of this sign stealing scandal. If Michigan wins the national championship this year, if they go out there and blow out Penn State, and by blowout I say win by 2 touchdowns or
Right.
more, okay?
Yeah.
If they go out there and win on the road at Penn State by more than 2 touchdowns. If they go out there and beat Ohio State by more than 2 touchdowns, and they run through the college football playoff and run through the national championship, win the national championship, how would there be an asterisk there? How would somebody say they cheated? Because the college football playoff is 3 months away. If you are not capable of changing your signs or whatever you think Michigan knows, I'm sorry, that's on you. And at this point, if Michigan has any team's signals That's on you,
Right.
not on Michigan at this point.
Like-
So spare me the outrage. Colin said that yesterday, and I loved it. Spare me the outrage on this.
Last two things I'll say about this. Thing one, look, Michigan is way more physical than Ohio State now, and it drives them crazy. It drives a lot of people crazy. And that's just the honest to God truth. And you have the nerve to say, yeah, you know, Michigan, they might be up to stealing some signals, or we got wind from this person, and we were checking our, touchdown, or we were checking our signals on the sideline last year. The infamous video that's actually out where Stallion's on the sideline last year, and he was doing all this, that, and the third. Guess what? C.J. Stroud threw a touchdown on that play. So if he was giving out signs to somebody, he's horrible. He's horrible at his job. Man, Ohio State, we dominate you in the trenches. I'm sorry, we stealing signs? When you guys motion with Aiden Hutchinson, and Aiden Hutchinson tells you, yeah, bring that double team, then he destroys the double team and still gets the sack or still gets the tackle for a loss. Was that sign stealing, or was that we're just stronger than you? We're more physical than you. Everybody wants to be on top.
And you know, another thing is,
How about the Matt Weiss thing?
what about Matt Weiss? We still don't know what Matt Weiss
But
is
now the
about.
FBI is on his ass.
Yeah, and you know what? There's
Where was Matt Weiss' name before any of this came up?
what
Nowhere
is-
to be found.
You know what? I'm like, that is completely separate.
You think?
That is just like Larry Nassar to Michigan State.
Right.
In terms
Remember they
of
tried
like
to bring
what's
Tom
going-
Mazaway in on that?
Well, yeah. I mean,
I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying
I
it's
understand. I'm
completely
trying
separate.
to. I'm not thinking about you. I'm
Right.
trying to choose my words carefully right now. I just, these people, these rogue people. If there's something out there that Matt Weiss is doing, and I don't even want to say what it is because I don't know what it is,
No one
other
does.
than the FBI is looking into it. Anytime the FBI is looking into it, it appears it's one of two things. And if you need me to decipher which
Let's
one of
just say
two things
football
it is,
is not a part of it.
yeah, exactly. Then go look it up. What I'm trying to say is there's people out there in every industry that do horrific things. That doesn't mean that everybody that's around them is bad. Tom Izzo is not bad because Larry Nassar worked at Michigan State. Sorry. The Michigan football team is not bad because perhaps Matt Weiss was doing something that we can't even comprehend. Does that make any sense, or am I not making sense?
No, you make sense.
Yes, just because people work with you doesn't mean you have to be affiliated or tied to them.
Correct.
100%.
Now, is this Jim Stapleton name? I mean, is there a leak at Michigan? Is there a rogue at Michigan that's given all this information out to people? Is there a rat there besides this Jim Stapleton?
I got a tweet yesterday. Let me pull it up.
But what information is still the key? Like, what information outside of the counter stallion?
Well, someone got to the Michigan computers.
Well, who? That's a big question.
Yes.
How did they get access
Right,
to
there's
the
a rat.
computers? I got a text yesterday from a former Tigers executive. Here's the text. Jim Stapleton is a piece of garbage. Ran the Tigers in the early 2000s when Denise Illich was more involved. It was a mess, and he was a bad guy.
Yep. That's where I knew his name.
Yep, got to get to a break. We'll more about this. Lomas Brown going into the fight of the Lions coming up momentarily, but first a message from Dispo.
With all this counter stallion situation, best place to go is Dispo. Romeo, open till midnight. Michigan's largest cannabis mall, 21 and up. You have to be recreational only, but outside of that, come in and get it popping. It's the best place. It's the best way to consume your cannabis products, whether it's oil, whether it's flower, whether it's edibles. It's the best place to come on down. Open till midnight. Don't forget that. Dispo, Romeo, your local plug.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer, Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new Field House. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
When buying or selling real estate, flexibility and control over the sales process is key. Sellers, how would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty at all? That is exactly what Mark White and Associates is offering. It's called their minute-by-minute listing agreement by Mark White and Associates. Try Mark White's risk-free minute-to-minute listing agreement today. Looking to buy or sell real estate, visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. That number again, 248-290-8242. markwhitesells.com, where flexibility meets success.
Hey, welcome back. Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazaway. We got Parker and JB here. Fill in the blank Friday coming up in just a little bit. Also, Lomas Brown will join us in 15 minutes. He's going into the pride of the Lions. Long overdue, but definitely getting his due with the Lions franchise. I do want to address something. We're talking about the Michigan situation still. Just keeps coming up. Ninja Ginja on the chat, in the chat. And we appreciate everybody in the chat. Shane, Issa, Steve, Thad, Scott. Everybody in the chat, we appreciate it. But Ninja Ginja says, you guys jumped on the Mel Tucker story, but don't want to handle this the same way. Ninja Ginja, there have not been two bigger advocates of waiting for the entire story to come out than Braylon Edwards and myself. In fact, I have taken so much heat for my stance on Mel Tucker, more heat than anything I have said in the year 2023, and it's late October. Yeah. There has not been anything that I've said in 2023 that I've taken more heat for than standing up for Mel Tucker during this time and just saying, can we please just pause and wait for the information to come out? Wait for the facts of the case to come out, and not what the MSU Title IX committee came down with yesterday or the day before.
They don't want to pay him.
That was the biggest sham of a trial I have ever seen, and it's not a trial. I shouldn't call it that. A hearing, a Title IX hearing. And so they had to come back with that finding, so they could not have to pay him his salary. So I categorically reject what you're saying about jumping on the Mel Tucker story.
And I'll tell you exactly what I said. What I said about the whole situation from jump, I said it smelled fishy. That's the first thing I led with when I first heard it. I said it smells fishy. All of a sudden, you got a guy that you don't want to pay $95 million to. He hasn't won a game. And now this comes out around the same time that you want to. Now, what he did was stupid. It was idiotic. It was moronic. Like, you got paid the bag. You were in a situation that few have ever been in. So it was idiotic and moronic on his part. But that doesn't mean he didn't get railroaded. That doesn't mean that the Board of Trustees tried to pull a move so they didn't have to be left with that bag of $95 million total given to Mel Tucker. So pipe down if you don't know what you're talking about. We appreciate you listening, but you couldn't be further from wrong on this one.
And yes, by the way, I did rip Mel Tucker in that I thought he was a complete and total dummy for getting involved with this person.
Mm-hmm. And you also said from jump when they paid him $95 million that he didn't deserve it. Like, you have been all like, yeah.
So I mean, again, when we're talking about stuff like this, I just think that facts are important. And even, so I sent out a tweet yesterday where I was talking about my summation of what's happening at Michigan right now. And I, at my core base level thinking, do not believe that Jim Harbaugh is a liar. I do not. That's where I'm coming from. And then everybody was like, all the haters or all the Michigan State people or whoever was like, yeah, but he sat out 3 games for lying. And I don't see it that way.
He sat out because his AD didn't back him.
His AD didn't back him. Not only that, Max, his AD did not back him. I don't think that Jim Harbaugh deliberately lied. Maybe, he was trying to thumb his nose up at the NCAA. Thumbing your nose up at the NCAA for buying a cheeseburger in a dead period is much different, in my opinion, than deliberately being a liar and cheating to win. I'm sorry. That's just the way I perceive it.
You know what's so funny is when that whole thing first came out with the cheeseburger and buying the cheeseburger and giving the cheeseburger, and it was a whole big thing. I laughed because I was, how many times has Nick Saban bought cheeseburgers? How many times has Dabo Swinney bought cheeseburgers? How many times has Brian Kelly bought cheeseburgers? And I just started thinking back to my own experience because, oh, by the way, I was a player that was recruited. I remember going up to Michigan State's camp. This is Michigan State. This is your own East Lansing, that horrible campus. Was up there. Went to the camp, did one-on-one drills, 7-on-7s. After that, that was it. Going to Bobby Williams' office, Ryan and Ermanni was sitting there. It's myself, it's my father, it's Bobby Williams, who at the time was the head coach of Michigan State. And you know what he did, Maz? He offered me some of his lunch. He had a couple different lunches up there. One of the lunches was some chicken tenders and fries. My dad turned it down. My dad, obviously being the man that he is and understanding, my dad turned it down. If I would have taken the chicken tender, Ryan and Monty, should Bobby Williams have been fined for offering me some chicken tenders or buying me some lunch after the camp? That's exactly what happened, and that's exactly what happened with Harbaugh to a certain extent. At the end of the day, when you're on top, everybody wants to take shots at the thrones, and they want enough pebbles to fracture the glass so the glass shatters.
Maz, which one do you want to play here? Dan Orlovsky?
No, I want to play Brady Quinn.
Okay.
The other day on Fox Radio, talking about this whole spiel here. Is that all right with you guys?
Please.
It's a couple of minutes. I think you guys will enjoy it. This is Brady Quinn, who did not go to Michigan. Here he is.
There's a few interesting thoughts to this. The first being is how far up does it go? As the NCAA does its investigation, Stallions has been suspended with pay, by the way, pending the outcome of the investigation based on these accusations. But I'm kind of curious as to the timing of it. Why now? Who's the whistleblower to all this? Is it just the teams they've played against? It feels like this has been known for a while, at least as you read into it. And on top of it, after everything that happened earlier this year where based on the recruiting violations that were committed by Michigan during the COVID dead period, Harbaugh and Michigan, they basically did a self-suspension or self-punishment in hopes of that this upcoming spring, summer, the NCAA won't tag on anything in addition to that. But because of how difficult Harbaugh was to deal with during that investigation, it seems like there's something else going on here with the NCAA. They either have a bone to pick or maybe there was someone within that was able to bring this to light to start to provide a lot of these details, even though a lot of schools had already known it was going on.
It's not.
So,
I'm sorry. Go
ahead.
No, I was going to say it's not the most elaborate scam we've ever seen. The Astros and the electronic devices and the trash cans and all that stuff, there was a little bit more detail, felt like, going into it. This feels like something that anybody could do and probably does do.
I was just going to say, so here's where I get skeptical of it. Other teams do this, all right? They just haven't been caught. Sign stealing has gone on forever. You want me to give you the simple solution to all this?
Yeah.
Coach the quarterback. Do exactly what they do in the NFL. There you have it. You speak into the helmet, tell the quarterback what the play is. You speak into the helmet, tell the linebacker, whoever it is on defense, what the defense is. Done. You don't have to worry about it. This is now a non-issue if you want to get rid of it. So all they have to do is make that subtle change. This is never an issue for any teams, whatever, moving forward. No idea why the NCAA wouldn't put or implement a rule like this. But beside that point, okay, there's other schools and teams that do this. And clearly they're just maybe better at getting away with it. But it feels like for a guy with the background that Connor Stallions has as a very reputable decoder, that he wouldn't have been so sloppy with how he did this. He's got his name in buying some of these tickets to opposing schools.
Right.
I'll just put it this way. Like, we've all got friends who have gambled before it was legal to gamble. And not many of them were using their real name, whether it's an offshore book or whatever other account they've got. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Am I elaborating?
That is 100% accurate.
So why would you think then that a guy who is the guy supposedly to steal signals at Michigan, why would you think then that he's going to use his name and be so, I guess, putting himself at risk or out there like that, knowing what he was doing was illegal? The whole thing seems really fishy, every little piece of it. And I know there's probably Ohio State fans that are like, oh, it's Michigan, they cheated. It's like, well, be careful. Be careful now, all right? I'm just telling you, a lot of coaches that I've talked to don't want to talk about it or make any public accusations for a reason. For a reason. And anyone who's out there that says, oh, this doesn't go on, it's just Michigan, they're lying to you or they're ignorant to how the game of football is today, at least at the college level.
And that's Brady Quinn, who, by the way, went to the University of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And Maz, I think the part at the end was really telling, too, because it was not all coaches are commenting on this.
Correct.
Why?
They don't want to open up Pandora's box on their own sideline.
Even Nick Saban yesterday, Nick Saban was on McAfee.
Yeah, he gets over $1 million for that.
Yeah.
So does Aaron Rodgers.
Right. It's great.
Yeah.
But McAfee was like, hey, Nick, answer this however you want, but I got to ask, what about the sign stealing scandal at Michigan? He's like, well, I'm not going to talk about that specific thing, but when I was with the Dolphins or when I was in the NFL back in the late 90s or late 80s, early 90s, and he just talked around it.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of these coaches are just not talking about it. So
just be careful because it happens on your own sidelines.
Exactly. So, either way, I want to thank everybody who's in the chat right now. Chuck Brewer, Brad, Ryan's Reaction, JR Jr., Juice's Ghost, Thad Morris. We appreciate it, even though Thad doesn't agree with Brady at all. Wait for the facts to come out, right? Yep, absolutely. And all of this is opinion until then. And I think for Thad Morris, who's in the chat right now, here's the deal, Thad. Brady Quinn's opinions mean nothing. Wait till the facts come out. Right, yes. I agree with you on that. And I also agree with you, we can all have an opinion now, but we don't need to have that opinion buried in cement. If I'm going to sit here and say my opinion can always change with the more information I get about something, I just wish if you believe that Michigan is a cheater and this, that, and the other thing, with the more information that does come out, if it doesn't fit your narrative or fit what you believe right now, I would hope that your opinion can change as well.
Here's what I would say.
But it won't.
In 1994, when I was 11 years old, up until I was 34, give or take, I thought O.J. Simpson was innocent. Spent all that time thinking O.J. was innocent. And here you are, 34 years old. I got more information, got more facts. I changed my opinion. Doesn't matter how old, the more facts you have, you change your opinion. He's no longer innocent.
He's still the juice, though.
He's still the juice, but he's not innocent.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break. When we come back, he is going into the Pride of the Lions at halftime on Monday. We are so happy for this guy. Lomas Brown is going to join us. We'll talk to Lomas next. But first, a message from Planet Fitness.
Yes, Planet Fitness is your home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and I do mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym with tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of this just for $10 a month with no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness nearby. So find your local Planet Fitness today, join, or as always, check them out online at planetfitness.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports. Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Hey guys, when it comes to your pet, you do not want to settle. Give your pet the best. That's why you got to let them know about Premier Pet Supply. Hands down, Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. They have 13 Metro Detroit locations, more on the way. Over 60 brands of food at the lowest prices available. They even have curbside delivery if you want it. So you know what to do. Premier Pet Supply. Give your dog, give your pet the best. Check them out online at premierpetsupply.com.
When the schedule came out and the news was announced, not only were the Lions and Raiders one of the premier games on the schedule because it was a Monday Night Football game, but also because Lomas Brown will join 19 other all-time greats in the pride of the Lions. 11 seasons for the Lions, second in franchise history in games played by a tackle. He's made 6 Pro Bowls for the team. He was the first team AP All-Pro in '95. He is also one of 15 players in the NFL history to start at least 250 career games. The great Lomas Brown joins us now.
Yeah.
Lomas, how are you, my friend? How excited are you right now that it feels just days away here?
I know, man. This kind of been a build-up, and now, like you say, it's just days away. So the excitement is getting more and more, and the anticipation, and man, it's just gonna be a wonderful night. It's like 100 alumni coming in, so it's alumni weekend too. So that's gonna make it special because, yeah, you know, Braylon, the older you get, the better you work. So. I blocked 2 guys and beat Barry to the end zone. So, when you get the old guys together, man, you be swapping lies and everything. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. And I'm anticipating that it's going to be a victorious Monday night, too.
Yeah, I'm only 40, but when I go back to the Jets alumni weekend and I get to talking to Mark Sanchez, I'm like, I used to always outrun you because I was 4'2". That's why we could never connect, because I had that 4'2" speed. No, you're absolutely right. And you, as my big brother, young Unc, man, just so much admiration for you, so much respect for you. You've been there my whole life and just been just an amazing figure. And then getting to talk about the football field, you don't have to infatuate what you did on that football field because you did a lot. You're all pro for a reason. You're going to be in that pride for a reason. So just for Woodward Sports, myself and Pops respect you, and we appreciate it. I had to get that out the way. But with that said, the Lions, hey, you saw that. You know how losses are. One loss is just a loss, no matter how bad it is. What do the Lions have to show you, Lom? What do the Lions have to show you on Lomas Brown night so that you can move past the loss that was last week?
I like that, but Braylon, what I say is that film, meaning that Ravens game, it's going to be out there the next 3 games. So as you know, teams are going to copycat what they did against us. And what they did against us, instead of beating their head up against the wall, against the one ranked back then, the number 1 ranked run defense, you use your pass for run. You dink and dunk. So a 3, 4 yard, 5 yard pass is just as good as a 3, 4, 5 yard run. And that's what they did. So they loosened us up, hitting those quick. They hit the fullback, Ricard. They hit Andrews. They hit the
Gus Edwards out the backfield.
Yeah, they hit them all, and it was just little dinks and dunks, but it was like little chinks in the armor. And then eventually the run came, and it just like a dam. It just opened up, that dam just bursted open. So What they got to do is be able to get pressure on the quarterback, man. You can't, I don't care if it's whoever we facing. I know they saying Jimmy, you know, he's trending towards maybe being able to play. But even if it's his, we don't get pressure on them, man, they gonna pick us apart. So we got to be able to get pressure, and not only get pressure, get these guys down.
Hey, Lomas, the Lions, you know, you talk about the pressure. The Lions are tied for second in the NFL with 150 total pressures. But as you just said, last week, 0 sacks, 1 quarterback hit. That's not good enough. They got to get to Jimmy G.
Yeah, they have to, and they have to get to him early. You know, you can't let any and Braylon knows this, man. You let any quarterback get in this comfort zone, especially early in the game, he gonna pick you apart, you know. So again, you going up against Jimmy G, or like I say, even if it's his backup, if we don't get the proper pressure on him. And then another thing I noticed, and we as the game went on, man, Braylon, it was like a 5 to maybe 7 yard cushion sometime on those receivers.
Yeah.
And, you know, they started off a little soft on those receivers, and again, they were just dinking and dunking, and it was just like I say, just kind of hitting it, and eventually break. But again, Aaron Glenn, they did tighten up as the game went on. Our coverage, they could get up on those guys and try to throw them off their rhythm a little bit. But early in that game, we were kind of soft on their receivers. They got in the rhythm.
Yeah, we definitely were soft on those wide receivers a little bit. You look at that speed. I think that's why you see Zay Flowers and that speed getting down the field. They got a little bit nervous with that. I want to flip to the other side of the ball. Something that I noticed. The offensive line, Detroit Lions, that's their strength. Talking to an offensive lineman. But when Dave Montgomery is not in there, they do not look like the same team on offense. You saw it with the Atlanta Falcons game. Took them a while before they really got it rolling. You see it now with the Baltimore game with no David Montgomery. I know we haven't got Jahmyr Gibbs going. I know he scored last week. Is that cause for concern, Lomas Brown?
Man, I'm telling you, bro, and I'm on record. I've been on record for weeks saying, I mean, before the season really even started, after watching him, especially in the first 2 games, I said it was 2 guys we can't lose this season for any significant time, I felt, was David Montgomery and Jared Goff. Those were my 2 guys. And you see, even when Amon-Ra St. Brown missed that game, we still won that game. And yeah, we won the game with without David Montgomery. But again, that offense hasn't looked the same since he's been hurt. And I'm telling you, man, it's a big. I did not know he was as good as he was. You know, watching him at Chicago, I knew he was a power guy that could break tackles, that you had to bring guys to
He's
the
got
party
hands.
to get him down. He got hands, but the other thing that really impressed me is he's able to make guys miss in tight spaces. And to be a big guy like that, you don't see too many big guys, power guys, that can make guys miss in tight spaces. So that's what's impressed me the most about him. And I'm telling you, man, Jahmyr Gibbs, man, he's a long way from David Montgomery and should be, because he is a rookie. He's a rookie. He's still learning the game, but we need David.
Lomas, it's Maz. Thanks again for coming on. We're proud of you. Can't wait for you to go to Canton. I will be there when they call your name at Canton, Ohio. But just fill me in. I'll be the bad guy here. Are you worried about Jameson Williams? Because I certainly am. And there are a few people out there that have their concerns. I want your take on Jameson Williams.
So my thing is, and you know, you got a great receiver sitting up there with you, but my whole thing, and Braylon, just look, you know, if you look at all his routes, all of them have been long routes. All of them have been basically kind of shot routes that he's been taking downfield. I would like to see them do more quick routes to him, more slants, more, and they're trying now. I'm not saying that the Lions aren't trying, but things to get the ball in his hands. He can learn how to run with the ball, get hit with the ball, you know, catch the ball in the little traffic. when he brings it in. All those little things that Braylon know that you have to have and have to be able to do to be a great receiver in this league. He needs to learn how to do things, just sending them deep and taking shots to him. I don't know if that's helping him because he's not getting a lot of balls. He's not getting a lot of opportunities. And you got to get opportunities too. If you don't, I'm just saying that's just going to kind of stunt your growth. So that's kind of what I've seen from him. The game is moving fast for him right now. It really is. It hadn't slowed down for him. That game is still fast for him. So hopefully, man, they can find some plays that can kind of complement him a little better and help him out.
Yeah, well, I absolutely agree. One of the biggest things is being a high-round draft pick, whether it's a wide receiver at any position, is you want the team to draft you. You want them to find ways to use you. And I feel like if you're going to move up that many picks to get Jameis Williams, when he comes back, then you should already have an idea how you want to use him. And I think that's where they have done a disservice to Jameis Williams because it looks like, oh, he's healthy. Well, let's have him do this. Well, have him do that. They should have had a better plan for him when he came back, and I think that's something that Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell could have done a little bit better. I want to ask you a little bit about Oakland. Just want to ask you about one in particular player, Eastern Michigan, Max Crosby. He is a monster on that other side of the ball. You as a left tackle, you understand like what it is to face one of those type monsters. What does he do, and what should the line for the offense for the Detroit line? What should they fear in going against Max Crosby?
Well, I'm telling you, we got a little baby Max Crosby in the making here.
Yeah.
In Aiden Hutchinson. And I'm telling you, man, Braylon, I tell anybody, man, the guys I used to hate facing was those effort guys. Them guys that'll go after the whistle and stuff, man. I remember, man, in the Super Bowl, we lost against the Ravens when I was with the Giants.
Yeah.
I had to block Michael McCrary the whole game. And, man, I'm telling you, Braylon, it was one play. I knocked him to the ground. He was crawling, trying to get to the quarterback. I was like, what the? Man, I had to just go with one of these in the back of his head, man.
Little bludgeon.
I was like, man, it was just, I was like, this dude, and it was like that every play.
Yeah.
And that's how Max Crosby is. You're going to get it every single play with this guy. And they know ways of getting, turning him loose. They running him on a lot of stunts. It's not just him just coming off the edges or him just right there on that guy.
Yeah.
They run ET stunts. They run TE stunts. They do a lot of things that we kind of do with Aiden Hutchinson and that we can do with Aiden Hutchinson. That's why I say Aiden is a little baby Max Crosby in the making. But, man, I got faith in my boys. I call them my kids up there.
Yeah.
I call Panay Sewell my firstborn. I got faith in them, man. I think our offensive line, man, is one of the best in the league, even though we've been banged up. So Taylor Decker, Panay Sewell, I got the utmost confidence in them that they could hold up.
Hey, Lo. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say definitely that's a big monster. I was going to say, Loam, you start telling the story about the Ravens and the Giants. Monday isn't all about the current Detroit Lions. Monday is also about one of the former Detroit Lions. You got to give me a story. You got to give me a story, like one of your favorite stories from your days here in Detroit. Silverdome story, some type of story. You got to give me one good story about Lomas Brown. Give us one of your faves.
Man, it was a lot of things happened. I just think, man, the thing that people don't know is how greedy Barry is, man.
What?
I call him the little big fella now, but I'm telling you, man, that joker there was so greedy. That joker could eat you out of house and home. So back in the day, he was single. So he would come over, man, every holiday, especially Thanksgiving, man. Man, I was have to run that little fella up out my house after could go, man. I remember one, I don't know whether it was Thanksgiving or maybe it might have been Christmas.
Turducken.
He showed up. He was already eating ice cream and showed up at the front door and came in and just devoured some food. So the little fella could go now. He could go on the field
Yeah.
He could go off the field when it came to eating too.
Wichita, baby.
I love that
Unbelievable. Lomas, how many times have you read your script or your whatever you wrote?
Man,
I'm sure you'll get the mic.
It ain't gonna be much. It ain't gonna be much, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thankful, and stuff. So it ain't gonna be much, man. 'Cause, yeah, man. It won't be much. The big thing gonna be Sunday night. So they do a dinner for me and everything, and they present the jacket. So that's more intimate and everything. So I don't have a lot planned for the fans. I hope it's festive at halftime, and we all having a great time while we down there celebrating.
Hey, Lois, I got a stat for you I got on Sunday when they were getting slaughtered by the Ravens. Fox put it up. It said the last time the Lions were trailing 28-0 in the first half, you had to go back to 1991 against the Washington Redskins. But what happened at the end of that year? They made it to the NFC Championship game. So that gave me a glimmer of hope after watching that game last week.
Yeah, well, hey, good. Hey, look, I hope they learned their lesson. I hope they did, and I think they will. You know Dan, man, he has them guys ready. So I think they'll be ready for Jimmy G and the fellas coming in here on Monday night, and the whole nation is what. Braylon, I know you used to try to show off on Monday night, so these dudes should be trying to show off. I know you. Hey, I know you had the spat looking a little good. The gloves was glistening. I know you was looking good on Monday nights.
First time I ever played on Monday night was 2008 against the Giants after they were coming off Super Bowl win. 154 touchdown and player of the game. And then that year I broke a record. I was the first player to ever have 300-yard games on back-to-back-to-back Monday Night Footballs. That was it, though. That's the end of it. The story, it's over after that. A lot of losses after that.
Well,
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, stars come out, man.
Lomas will be in the building on Monday, rooting you on. Thanks so much for doing this. We appreciate it, and enjoy a nice leisurely Sunday, maybe.
Yeah.
Go get that jacket.
I will.
One jacket down, one to go.
Thanks, Lomas.
All right.
See you, Lo.
Much love.
We appreciate it. The great Lomas Brown going to the Pride of the Lions on Monday. We are so happy for him. And as Braylon said, one jacket down, one more to go. And that's the gold jacket in Canton. Guys, we're going to take a break. When we come back, one Lions stat that I'm not sure too many people were aware of. I'll give that to you next. We also have Fill in the Blank Friday. We're doing a top 10 list today as well. Lots to get to on a football Friday. Plus, we got to get our pricks. And
a new survivor.
Well, I don't even think we should do it, but we'll do it.
What a guy.
It's only week 8.
From the Hamlin Pub.
Have you ever wanted a bar where you are a regular? We have just the place for you. Head to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone is a regular, whether you're enjoying half-off pizza on Thursday or game day specials available during all Michigan sports and NFL games. Hamlin Pub is the place for you. Visit a location today and experience your new favorite pub for all things sports. Hamlin Pub, they're making you feel like a regular.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss facets. Join Maz, Dick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
How would you like to win a $100,000 Vegas getaway? Take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. It's the Cintron Energy. You can drink it. You can also live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win that $100,000 Vegas getaway at drinkcintron.com/Vegas and buy Cintron from your local Meyer. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste. Look good, feel great, and be the best version of yourself with Cintron. So why not go register at drinkcintron.com/Vegas.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Woodward Sports Network. So great to hear from Lomas Brown. Did you guys know that the Lions have not lost back-to-back games in 17 tries? I mean, so there's been 17 games
since the streak started.
Since the streak started. I mean, every time this team has lost, this team has bounced back. Whether it was Seattle this year, whether it was the Carolina Panthers last year, whether it was we'll find out this year. But
Thanksgiving Day last year.
Thanksgiving Day. The Lions have not lost back-to-back games since Week 7 and Week 8 last year. This team has been able to put everything aside and move forward onto the next week. They've been able to compartmentalize that loss and not let 1 week beat them twice.
You heard Dan Campbell. We've been playing his sound. Mm-hmm. I'll have these guys ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's all I need.
Yeah, 100%. And when you can compartmentalize, that type of situation, hey, you know what? We're going to respond every time. We're going to answer the bell every next game. That becomes an identity. So then when you have an identity, you start to expect that. So what I expect from the Detroit Lions, just like Lomas Brown says and Dan Campbell, those guys will be ready. He will get these guys ready to play. Max Crosby is a monster. He is a beast. He is a damn good player. You heard Lomas Brown. Same kind of echoing the sentiments that I said yesterday in terms of he's going to be a guy, he's going to find all types of ways. He's going to be slippery, slithery. He's going to do a lot to get in there to get to the quarterback. I want to see the offensive line. Yo, stop this guy. Like, this is one guy that they said is a monster. They didn't say the whole defensive line of the Raiders is monsters. They said this one guy is a monster. Well, going into the last week and up into that, the last 15 weeks, the Detroit line has been one of the staples, if not the staple. So I want to see that return. But to your point, this team will be ready, and there's a chance to respond. Just like Jared Goff usually responds with touchdown drives or interceptions with touchdown drives of his own, now it's time for the team to respond from what last week said. And Dan Campbell, that's not them. That's not us. So show us.
All right, guys, let's start our Fill in the Blank Friday segment, shall we?
Let's do it, man.
All right, here it is, gang. All right.
Booyah.
Oh, I love to hear a little beat. You know it gets me going a little bit.
DJ JB.
DJ JB,
okay.
That's right.
First DJing gig is tonight, Ryan and Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Motor City Rockets tonight.
Look at that.
Yeah,
So
big
good
boy
luck.
arena.
Crush it, brother.
Crush
Thanks,
it.
I appreciate that, guys.
For sure.
Absolutely. All right, first question. Fill in the Blank Friday. The Lions failed to reach 20 points for the first time in 15 games last week. Detroit will score blank than 20 versus Las Vegas.
I say they score 8 more than 20. I say 8 more. So I think they scored 28 against the Vegas Raiders. I think that Vegas, like you said, it's going to be a dogfight early on, but I think you will see the Lions start to pull away maybe halfway through the third. 8 more than 20.
Maz?
I'll say they'll score 17 more. I've got them scoring 37 points in this game. Don't know what they're going to give up yet, but I see the offense scoring 37.
I will say Detroit will score more than 20. I'm not sure which way this is going to go because Max Crosby will get to the quarterback. We'll see. It's a big game for the offensive line, too. They got to try to keep Jared Goff clean, but I do think this team responds well. And again, offensively is this team's bread and butter. Offensively is where this team has to be better. Yeah. And offensively is where I think you will see the fireworks. So expect a big game out of this Lions offense. I say more than 20. All right, guys. Maz, we'll start with you on this one. The Raiders have scored less than 20 points in 7 of their last 8 games. They cannot score the football. Las Vegas will score blank versus the Lions.
I'll make my decision then. They will score 23 against the Detroit Lions.
So they go over 20 points.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe they have to bounce back after that disastrous showing against the Chicago Bears. I think Jimmy Garoppolo means that much more to them, and I think Devontae Adams is going to have a pretty big night.
I'm going to go 12. I think they score a touchdown, they miss a 2-point conversion, they get 2 field goals. I'm telling you, they score a touchdown, they miss a 2-point conversion, they get 2 field goals. I'm going 12 for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Okay, I'm also going to say less than 20. versus the Lions. I mean, I just go with history, right? I mean, I'll go with the streak. 7 of 8, less than 20. Make it 8 of 9, less than 20.
Remember the big stat back in our day, Rye?
What was it?
On a Monday Night Football. I'll just mention Monday Night Football. The best team in Monday Night Football history back in the day were the Raiders.
Yeah.
Maybe they can reach back and get a little more of that history. Hope not, though.
There you
Al
go.
Davis is no longer alive.
I know, he's not.
Guys,
Rest in
Max
peace.
Crosby has at least a half sack in 6 straight games. He will have blank sacks versus Detroit.
I'll go first, 2.
2.
He gets to the quarterback. And the reason why, for me, I make it simple, just steal that run game. They don't have David Montgomery. They don't have that run game. And they're going to, 2. I don't go too deep into it, 2.
Maz?
I'm going to give you an answer, and I'm going to play a piece of audio for you.
Great.
To answer this question,
Please.
I'm going to go to Aiden
This is what I
Hutchinson.
like.
Aiden Hutchinson talking about Penei Sewell and how he'll do against Max Crosby.
Yeah, he's just developed his technique so much over this time period, and man, I mean, you can just see. I feel like even the development throughout the season this year, he's taken new steps, and he's becoming and honestly become just that tackle that's like that lockdown tackle that we have. So it's he's been balling out. So it's really fun to watch because I go up against Penei all the time, So it'll be fun to watch another elite guy.
I'll say 3 sacks.
I'll say 1 sack. He's going to get 1 sack. I think Penei and whoever else he lines up against will bounce back from last week's debacle. They're home. The crowd will be on their side. 1 sack for you, Max.
1 sack for you. I'm going to say 0. I'm going to say this is the game where the streak ends.
Okay.
Penei Sewell and Taylor Decker have their hands full for sure. But I think maybe they keep Mr. Crosby at an arm's length. Okay, guys, last Lions-related one, and then we'll take a break and come back and do a little bit more.
Okay.
All right.
Amon-Ra St. Brown has had double-digit receptions in back-to-back games. That streak blank continues this week. Amon-Ra St. Brown has had double-digit receptions in back-to-back games.
Yep.
That streak blank continues this week.
Doesn't continue this week, and not for a bad thing. I think they start trying to find other people to help him out. I think you see some Sam Laporta. I think you see more of Jahmyr Gibbs in and out of the backfield. I think you see Jameson Williams. I think it's not that it ends because he's not going to be targeted. I think it ends because they will get other people involved as the season moves on. That's why.
I say it will continue, and I think that he's going to be nationally known after this game because we know him, and there are a couple other teams that know him. But the nation really doesn't know Amon-Ra St. Brown yet. They're going to fall in love with him on Monday Night Football.
I like it, man. I like it.
I am going to say will not continue this week. That streak will not continue. I think under double-digit receptions, and I think for the reasons that Braylon said, not because of anything else other than, the Lions at home have spread the ball around, and that's where they're successful. The Lions are very successful on offense when everybody gets their piece of the pie. The last 2 weeks with those double-digit receptions, the Lions' offense has not been good.
Sputtered.
26 total points in the last 2 games with Amon-Ra St. Brown doing all that damage. That means nobody else is involved. I think they try to get some other players involved in this one. Guys, break time. When we come back, more Fill in the Blank Friday. Top 10 will go around the NFL. Lots to get to. Plus our picks. Oh, my gosh. We got a lot here. But first, a message from Feldman.
Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer. 18 location. That means it's a Feldman dealership near you or in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find out. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience, and it's called the Feldman Advantage. Do yourself a favor. Take advantage.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then, she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Hey everybody, Outdoor Equipment Company, let me tell you about it. It is the official outdoor equipment provider of Woodward Sports, Michigan-grown, family-owned bad boy mowers, tractors, steel handhelds, even weed whippers, Liberty trailers, Generac generators, SnowX plows, and salters. Outdoor Equipment Company has it all. You could buy it, you could rent it, all for 0% financing, delivered to your doorstep. OutdoorEquipCo.com, OutdoorEquipCo.com. Woodward Sports Network on a Friday. Hopefully everybody's day is going great. Hopefully everybody's week is fantastic as well. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazaway. Hour number 2 of the program. Parker and JB are with us as well. Full house here on the program. Having a lot of fun here. And I want to continue along here with a little fill-in-the-blank Friday, if we could, gang. This is one that is a unique weekend for us here who are Michigan fans, too, because Michigan doesn't play on Saturday. They are off. They've got the bye. The Lions don't play on Sunday, so it's a little bit of a free weekend, a little bit, for the fellas out there. So just more of a generic football question for you. The NFL game you are looking forward to the most this weekend will be, Maz?
Oh, easy. Rams at the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's mine too.
I can't wait for this game. I'm making the Cowboys my best bet to win, survivor-wise. I'm looking forward to seeing Matthew Stafford again. Haven't seen him in a while. I want to see Puka Nacua. You know what? The Rams are good. I got to give you credit, right? The Rams are better than they've been. They got a new backfield. Well, Kieran Williams is out, so they'll have to use a sub in there. But they're not a bad team. I'm looking forward to seeing them. They got a new kicker. No Brett Maher against his old team. I was looking forward to seeing Brett Maher miss some field goals against the Cowboys. But this game, Dallas off the bye, I'm hoping that they get things right and just get the win. I'm looking forward to the Rams and Cowboys on Fox.
My runner-up game is the Jaguars and Steelers. I think that's going to be a really good one. I want to see which one of those teams is for real. Man, you can attest. I think if a team, which one of those wins handily, you can put some eggs in their basket. But the team and the game, come on, fellas. It's the Bengals and the 49ers. It's the Bengals and the 49ers. Like, everybody's talking about it. I want to see Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I want to see is it that time of year that they usually start to kick it in overdrive, like last year, like the year before. Or I want to see Sam Darnold, no Brock Purdy. Who is this San Francisco offense? Who are they when there's no Debo? Who are they when things are going pretty? Who are they when CMC, who's on my fantasy, when he's kind of banged up and beat up? That defense that we keep talking about, oh, this is the best defense ever. Oh, they're so expensive. Haven't looked like that same defense. So I think that's the game. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the San Francisco 49ers, which is a Super Bowl.
That was my Super Bowl.
That's your Super Bowl.
That was my Super Bowl.
So for me, it's that game.
Steve Lehman in the chat says Philly versus Washington. The Ski Mask Boy says Vikings, Packers. Just a couple of...
Remember that Philly-Washington game from about 3 weeks, a month ago? Went to overtime.
Yep.
That game.
Ken says Bengals, Niners.
There we go.
For me, it is also the Rams and the Cowboys. I am so curious to see if the Rams are for real. But I think they get their teeth kicked in this week. I think this is one of the bigger statement games of the weekend. I really believe Dallas is going to pour it on the LA Rams this week. But
6 points.
But if they don't, well, then I can tell you right now that the Rams are going to be fighting for that playoff berth all throughout the season. But I think this one goes to Dallas in a big way.
I was going to say, man, a sleeper. Monday night shouldn't be a sleeper in terms of best games of the week. And I understand the Detroit Lions is at home. We know this is going to be a response game. We're fans of Detroit. We understand that Las Vegas isn't necessarily that good of a team. Josh McDaniels not doing well. They're under a lot of pressure, too, and they got a lot of players, too. I think that game, that could be a very interesting game.
I hope so.
Guys, let's go to the college side now. One college football game featured ranked teams this weekend. Only one team between ranked opponents this weekend. Oregon at Utah. Oregon is a 6.5, 7-point favorite.
Wow.
The winner will blank factor into the college football playoff picture. Both teams have one loss. But the winner of this team will have the upper leg in a Pac-12 championship game too.
Yeah.
So the winner of this one will blank factor into the college football playoff picture.
I really want to say will not factor. I guess will kinda factor.
It's actually a great one.
Because if Oregon wins, then they're going to end up playing Washington again.
And then if they beat Washington.
So that's why I say kind of matter. Yeah. So if Oregon wins, they can upset Washington and mess that whole thing up. So I think it kind of matters.
I think that. Can I steal that too?
Please.
Kinda. Because I do think it's different. If Oregon wins and wins out and wins the Pac-12, I think they get in. If Utah wins out, I don't think they get in.
I don't either.
I think a one-loss Oregon team gets in. I don't think a one-loss Utah team gets in.
And if you're Oregon, your one loss is to Washington, who you redeemed.
Right.
Like, we've seen that happen in the SEC a lot of times. So, yeah, kind of.
I mean, I think that's a great word. Maz, what do you say?
I think Utah wins this game, and I don't think they factor in. You stole my thunder.
Yeah.
I like Utah to win this game. I mean, Utah handled USC. Why can't they handle Oregon?
You probably could.
Yeah. I'd take the number.
We'll see.
I would take that number.
All right, guys. The World Series starts tonight.
Yeah.
Game 1, 8:03 first pitch on Fox 2. If you're watching locally here in Detroit, the MVP
I got this.
will be.
I won't steal yours.
Go ahead. You can have it.
What's the
I'm going first.
The rookie from the Diamondbacks? He's going to be rookie.
Corbin Carroll.
Corbin Carroll will be your MVP.
So you're saying Arizona's going to win?
Arizona's going to win.
Wow.
Corbin Carroll will be your MVP.
Maz?
Rangers are going to win their first World Series. It's going to be a hell of a series. I hope you watch. And I hope you're watching Corey Seager, the highest paid player on the Rangers.
That's who I was going to say,
Corey
too.
Seager is starting to heat up. I saw it at the end of the last series against the Astros. Corey Seager will single-handedly get the Astros in the championship. So will Adolis Garcia, but I'm going to lean to Corey Seager on this one.
Maz, that's exactly who I was going to say, just because this is why he came here.
Yes.
You need your best player to be your best player in the biggest moments, and I do think the Rangers win the World Series, and I think he is a big reason why they win the World Series.
Should be a game, man.
Can I ask for? Can I give you a dark horse?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Since you're my guys, Marte.
Ketel Marte.
Don't sleep.
He won the NLCS MVP.
Marte is.
Yeah, he's hot.
Marte's a good one.
He also just seems like he's that energy. He seems
does.
like he's that spark plug for
Got
the
that bat way up here.
Exactly. I like Marte.
Marte's a good one.
I like his energy.
Yeah.
I like his energy.
Got that bat up here.
Who do you like tonight, Maz, in that baseball game?
I like the Rangers at home.
Evaldi.
Although both these teams got into the World Series by winning the last 2 games of the championship series on the road.
Isn't
So
that
will
something?
the road warrior win again tonight? That would be Arizona. I'm going with Evaldi and the Rangers tonight.
Unbelievable
Really,
stuff.
truly is.
Yeah, Braylon and I tonight are emceeing an event at Michigan Stadium.
We're writing notes now.
The Jack Roth Stadium Club for the CS Mott Children's Hospital.
That's
It's a
awesome.
great event. This is the second year we've done it. I've done it a couple of years in the past, had a little bit of a hiatus, and now back doing it. And it's just such a great event, and we raise so much money for kids in need.
Yeah.
And Braylon, I know you, as a former athlete at Michigan, Mott Children's Hospital is a really important part of your athletic experience at Michigan, just to go and visit the kids there. And you really, all this other sports stuff, you realize doesn't make much of a difference when kids fighting for their lives there, like they are at Mott.
It's not the thing that really matters in the world. It's family, it's people, it's love, and it's how we, cherish that love while people are here. It's just great. I just remember Lloyd Carr reminding us of, because we work with Lloyd Carr, the car wash, and all the proceeds went to Mott Children's Hospital. Then we would go to Mott Children's Hospital in the spring, and it puts things in perspective. It puts things why you're on earth, why you're here. You're here to do great works, and you're here to leave the world better than when you finally at least try. So I love working with Mott. I got tons of stories working with Mott, and I can't wait to be by your side, second year in a row, have some fun tonight in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, I saw that picture you guys sent last year, that video.
Yeah.
Did you throw one to Braylon, or Braylon threw one to you?
I threw one to him.
All right, we need a redo tonight.
I'm going to throw him one tonight, too.
We need a
and
redo.
Take the jacket off, and I'll, I got an arm now. I never came out of the game. Where do you think I should throw it from, the 40?
No, yeah, right. 40 or midfield.
Well, I feel like last year, let's imitate another one. Last year we imitated the catch to go 2 overtime.
What about?
So let's find another catch, imitate that one.
What if I do the?
I'm not falling down.
Chad Henne pick that you grabbed for a touchdown in the end zone. That would mean you would have to go up for it high.
You got to take it. Well, technically, it was a pass. I got your back, Chad.
Right. Oh,
Off
man.
camera, I may say something different.
All right, very good.
We'll do that one.
All right, guys, break time when we come back. Top 10 Friday.
I got a good one.
We got a good top 10 list. We'll do it next, but first a message from Swiss.
Yes. Do you have football on the brain like us? Of course you do. Fall ushers in college and professional football, and this year has already been awesome. Fall is also a perfect time to shop your home and auto insurance. Shop it like a pro with the pros at Swiss Insurance. They cover us here at WSN, and they should be covering you as well. Ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance today at swissins.com, or as always, give them a call at 248-800-4177. Swiss Insurance.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
F5 Iron Goff. It is time. It's getting cold outside. Come on inside downtown at the Cambria Hotel. Sim rentals, lessons, leagues, bar. Maz will come to that in a second. Play, practice, and party. Do it your way. Thursday nights, that's tonight. We do the Woodward Sports Golf League. Excuse me, that was last night. We do the Woodward Sports Golf Leagues from 5 to 7. You come on down. We have instructors. We have party. We have food. It's a ways. It's a thing to do. Come on down. Have a good time now. 5 Iron Golf, downtown Detroit.
All right, Maz, go for it. Go for it. You do it.
Guys,
just
President George W. Bush will be throwing out the first pitch tonight at Globe Life Stadium for his old Texas Rangers. He used to own that team. It just hit me. We were just talking about it. He threw the greatest first pitch in the history of the world. Of course, on 9/11 when
before the world.
When they came back.
There you go. Ooh.
From baseball came back, and the weight of the world is on his shoulders. He's there at Yankee Stadium. He throws out that first pitch. Guess who the hell was in that damn game?
The Yankees and the Diamondbacks.
The Diamondbacks. So here it is. The Diamondbacks won that series in 7. They stole and broke our hearts in New York. So are the Diamondbacks going to repeat now that George W. is throwing out the first pitch? Just a reminder to you guys out there. There's a little something that Vegas won't give you.
And Derek Jeter will be in the building too.
Oh, jeez. That's right. He'll be on the Fox. What do you think of him on that?
I think he's really good.
He's good.
I think he's really. You know who I don't like
Packers?
Yeah, Alex Rodriguez.
Alex
A-Rod.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, I
he
know.
doesn't belong up there. Well, I don't want to say that.
He
I shouldn't
tries
say
too
that.
hard.
He does, and it's just like there's something missing. I would rather even just have Burkhardt and Poppy and Derek Jeter.
Poppy's a little
And
nutty
throw
for
like,
me.
yeah, he's fine, but
First-
he's entertaining.
Yeah, I guess so.
Have like I don't know, friggin' Ken Rosenthal or something up there on the desk with him.
Whatever.
I don't friggin' know.
Who cares? Anyway.
A-Rod doesn't do it for me.
Anyway, George
Jeter's too
W.
boring for me.
on the hill tonight.
Jeter's too boring for me.
Yeah.
And I know Jeets. I love Jeets.
Right.
He's just boring up there.
Yeah.
It seems like a playful show. You got A-Rod trying to
That's
figure
his first
stuff
time,
out.
don't forget. He's going to loosen up.
I remember the first time I saw Charles though do TV. I was like,
he's different.
when you don't like it, you don't like it.
Well, I love Charles.
I love him. I don't love what he did, and neither did ESPN.
All right.
Little top 10. Here we go, Bray. You're up.
All right, here we go. Monday Night Football is looming for the Detroit Lions. They are playing against the Las Vegas Raiders. So I said, you know what? How about my favorite Monday Night Football moments, not games, moments
This is
of
for
all
Maz.
time. Maz, this is for you, buddy.
Let's go.
This is for you. Drop the phone and join along.
Let's go.
Here we go. These are just a few of the. Okay. No. One of these is not an honorable mention. It was actually supposed to be in there, but I didn't label it, so that's on me. Brett Favre, Father's Day passing, Monday night game, 400 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. That was one of the best moments of all time. That's on me. Antonio Freeman, if you remember, ladies and gentlemen.
do I?
Off the Minnesota Vikings, catches the pass off Chris Dishman, if I remember correctly, takes the ball off Chris Dishman's stomach and returns in the end zone. It was the first instant replay, if I remember correctly. Tony Dorsett, Maz, that's for you, 1983,
and a
the year I
half.
was born, 99. And then the replacement refs game, 2012, the Seahawks and the Packers. Guess who was in that game, Maz?
You were.
Played for the Seattle Seahawks, and definitely Golden
That was Golden Tate. Yeah.
No, that was all. Who was the DB that caught it? Number 37. I can't. It comes Shields. Shields really got the interception. All right, here we go. Top 8, I believe, is what we have. Top 8 Monday Night Football moments. Here we go. Starting at 8, it's the T.O. Sharpie game.
Oh, yeah.
T.O. was my third favorite wide receiver of all time. 49 is my favorite team. When he pulled out the Sharpie.
Wait a minute. Third favorite.
You said what?
Jerry Rice.
Randy Moss.
Oh.
Randy Moss is
I
number
gotta forget
yeah,
Moss.
Moss.
Got
Yeah,
Sorry.
Moss is number 1. Like, yeah, Moss is my favorite wide receiver, but he's the second best.
You got
T.O. pulled the Sharpie out. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, we're still talking about it to this day. People are still trying to top the Sharpie celebration. Coming in next.
Hold on. Remember Joe Horn?
I pulled the cell
Sunday
phone
night
out.
football.
Put the
flip
phone
phone
out.
underneath the goalpost.
If it wasn't a flip phone, I could have snuck him in here and just been like it was a great celebration. But I should do another one, just celebration.
There you go.
All right, here we go. Next one up. All right, look, you guys are a little young in the chat, but but the older folks know Montana and Elway was always the rivalry, and even still, when Joey Montana was no longer in San Fran, it was still a rivalry. And you know who won this game, Maz? John Elway comes down, game-winning drive, almost, but he left too much time. Joe Montana goes 75 yards and wins the game and beats the Broncos. Next one up. What we got?
Oh,
Maz
Cosell.
Now this is you. He spelled it wrong. It's supposed to be wasted. It was Howard Cosell, wasted in 1970. Do you remember what happened with Howard Cosell when he got drunk on Monday Night Football?
Yeah, he was at Philadelphia's Franklin Field.
And threw up on somebody's feet?
He threw up on Don Meredith's feet. But they said the way they spun it, he had to go home at halftime. He was slurring his words at halftime doing an interview. They sent him home, and they said it was a reaction to his medicine.
Yeah, alcohol.
His medicine.
It's called being drunk.
That's the
Hey, you kids know, you know what, Parker? You know anything about Howard Cosell?
I wasn't. I don't even think I was alive.
Well,
you weren't alive.
But
you
I
parents
wasn't
were
alive.
alive.
I wasn't alive for George Washington either, but I know George Washington.
I mean, yeah, but I have honestly no idea who that
Oh
guy
my
is.
god!
What a shame. What a sin.
Maj, enlighten me, please.
The fact that you don't care is the worst part.
He's just
Well, I just don't. It's not that I don't care.
You don't
it's just
care.
I don't,
He's one of the greatest-
I don't care.
He's one of the greatest sports broadcasters of all time, an intellectual genius, Muhammad Ali's best friend, basically put Ali on the map.
And also was fired for making a racial slur.
Yeah, which
Damn
wasn't a racial slur.
Damn it.
Was not a racial slur.
Well, not the way he meant it, but it's not always about intent, is it now?
Because he called someone else. He
little
called someone else the
monkey.
same word, and he was white.
He calls somebody a little monkey.
Yeah,
That's all.
Alvin Garrett.
This is true.
Yeah.
Got to be careful what you say. All right, coming in next. Mike Vick. Mike Vick is back. Mike Vick went to jail. He missed the NFL for 2.5 years, and then when he came back, 2010, he proved that he was back 20 for 28, 333 yards. He had 67 rushing yards, I do believe. 4 touchdowns through the air, 2 on the ground. I watched that live, and if you remember, that was also Deshaun Jackson at the end. Coming in next. Peyton, do you remember this one, Maz? Peyton Manning, 2003, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I don't.
I probably had the Bucks that night.
Winning by 4 touchdowns. You know the great thing about this? Guess who was coach? Like, this was Tony Dungy. Dungy still was with the Bucks though, because they won the Super Bowl 2002. They won the Super Bowl. What was it? 2002 season. 2000. What was it? 2000.
What year is this that you're talking about?
That was 2003.
I think Dungy was gone by then.
Dungy was. Oh, he was with Peyton with the comeback.
Yeah.
So this is after they won,
Yeah.
and he was Peyton with the comeback. There we go. That's so he got revenge on his old team. That's what it was.
Okay.
He got revenge on his old team. They came back 21 points in the fourth
Okay.
quarter, and they won on
I don't
Monday Night
remember that
Football.
game.
Yeah, it was. I was
I
at
got a
Michigan.
couple of Monday night memories in my head that I want to see if they hit the board.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know where yours are. I know. Throw the next one up there. All right, so this was my first Monday Night Football game. We've talked about it a million times. It was us Giants who had won the Super Bowl. It's third game of the season. Browns, we win by 14, I do believe. 154 yards, touchdown, and 7 catches.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. It was
Who
fun.
called that game?
Al Michaels.
Tarico and Michaels.
Al Michaels and I think Deerdorf might have been with them.
Next one, Parker Brown. There we go. Bo Jackson flattens the Boz. 1987 it was. Bo Jackson ends up with 199 yards rushing, including...
That when he ran up the tunnel?
This is when he ran in the tunnel. It's also when he ran Brian Bosworth from Oklahoma over on the goal line. Bo Jackson. A couple that I missed were Earl Campbell.
Oh,
I missed Earl
against the Dolphins.
Yeah, Earl Campbell. I missed that one.
That went to overtime that game. Bob Greasy played that game. First time a quarterback ever wore glasses in a game was that day. Brian Greasy wore glasses.
Freaking
Bob
missed
Greasy.
that. Bob Greasy.
And kicked ass, but Houston wins at the end.
And the other one I missed for you was the actual first Monday Night Football that had to do with my first 2 teams, the the New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns.
You know, when you see Bo Jackson, he has to top every single list when you talk about what would have been list. The what if list.
Yep.
What if he didn't get injured?
Oh.
How great would he have been? Like, how would people look back on Bo Jackson
All the records
today?
would be his.
Everything, just incredible. What if Tiger Woods didn't get hurt? I mean, when you think about all these things, so all that stuff.
I got a few games off the tip of my tongue on Monday night.
Yeah.
You got to have the Dolphins beating the Chicago Bears.
Oh, yeah.
Chicago Bears in 1985. They were going for a perfect season. Here comes Dan Marino and the Dolphins to stop them and prevent them from tying the 72 Dolphins' perfect record. And how about LT breaking Joe Theismann's leg?
That was on there.
On national TV. Was it? I didn't see that.
That was one of the ones that was supposed to be numbered differently. It was in the first segment. I promise. Go back to the first segment.
I believe you.
Yeah. No.
And then how about the Chicago Bears fan that jumped from the stands
catch the extra point.
Did
you say please?
In the stands.
He said, please
He jumped out of his seat to catch the extra point from Kevin Butler. He did. And then he ran back and got to his seat again. They didn't arrest him. It was amazing. And then, of course, they interviewed him on Chicago TV and radio. He's like a folk hero.
Yeah.
And he made one of the 30 for 30s. This guy.
I do remember
about
that.
the 85 Bears.
It was the middle one in the first. Dang, I forgot.
Damn. Anywho, great list, Bray. That was awesome.
You don't want me to keep going on my Monday night memories?
No, well, you
I'm
could
joking.
go
I'm
for
joking.
it.
No, I could take the whole 2 hours.
Guys, let's get going. I'd like to get last week's memory out of my
great list.
Great
Thank
list,
you. I was
Bray.
really thinking. Appreciate
Phenomenal.
it. Thank you.
Keep them coming.
All right, our pick segment. We'll do it next. First, a message from Guardian Alarm.
That's you.
They're your local security experts and have been for over 90 years. When you see this black and yellow sign out in front of your house, it tells the bad guys one thing.
Stay out.
Whether you are at home or on the road, their 24/7 professional monitoring, customized solutions from real experts, and technology backed by people means you are backed by the best. Call this number right here, 1-800.
Stay out.
That number again, 1-800.
Stay out.
Call them today. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Stay out.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Boner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Boner and Broder.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equipment Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Braylon is great, and so is Les Stanford. More Braylon, less Stanford. Let me tell you about Les Stanford.
What are you stealing my line for?
Oh, man. More math, Les Stanford.
There you go.
Let me tell you about Les Stanford Buick GMC.
Mike G.
That's what happens when you run a great business for over 50 years. You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, located in Ferndale on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. And if you're looking for a Chevy or a Cadillac, look no further than Les Stanford in Dearborn on Michigan Avenue, where they have been for over 55 years. You could find the brand you want, all GM brands under one umbrella. LesStanford.com, LesStanford.com.
Find New Road.
Find them.
Hey, we forgot one memory of Monday Night Football that I have to say.
Okay.
It's the Dolphins against the Patriots.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the news comes in. Frank Gifford says, Howard, please tell the people the news. You have to tell the news. And it was John Lennon being shot.
I remember that.
And Howard Cosell comes on, and John Smith was the kicker for the Patriots. He was lining up to kick the field goal. They were bringing him in off the sidelines, and Howard Cosell sets it up, and he says, you know, the great John Lennon, one of the famous Beatles, shot in front of his apartment in New York City, the Dakota apartment, rushed to Roosevelt Hospital, dead on arrival. That's how he mentioned it. And then he said, back to the action, John Smith.
Oh, my God.
And the Patriots wound up winning that game.
You
against the
never
Dolphins.
forgot that.
I'll never, ever forget it.
Here's a great Detroit Lions Monday Night Football, man, and I'm actually mad I didn't put it on there, Maz. And this when at the time, it was when the Los Angeles Raiders played against the Detroit Lions at the Silverdome, and it was the first time you ever had 3 Heisman Trophy winners in the same game.
Oh, how about that?
No, it was 4.
Plunkett?
It was no, not that old, Maz. It was Marcus Allen, Bo Jackson,
Billy,
Barry Sanders, Andre Ware.
Oh,
It's
whoa.
1990. And guess who had the best game? At the end of the game, they interviewed Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson. They was like, said, we won the Heisman, but we ain't Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they said. That was a good memory for Barry and the Lions.
sweet.
It was his rookie year.
It's good stuff. All right, Maz, let's have it.
You got it, guys. Let's do our picks.
Hold on. Let me set it all up.
Give your standings out. The standings are there.
No, you got to have it. You got to do the standings.
Want me to do the standings?
No,
Okay.
I'm not saying what the standings
Well,
are.
I didn't say what last week was. I just did the updated standings.
I'm not doing what the standings
Okay. The updated standings are Ryan, 21 wins, 28 losses. Braylon making a comeback.
Hey.
He is in second.
There we go.
He jumps Ryan, 23 and 26.
Hey, how you doing?
And I am at 29 and 20 after a bad week last week. I won't tell you Ryan went 0-7 last week. That is not on the sheet. Okay, let's pick game number 1.
Hold on.
We go in action here. Ryan, at the Meadowlands, the New York Jets at the New York Giants. The Giants have the home game here, although the Jets will dress in their regular dressing room. The Giants are getting points at home, getting 3. Tyrod Taylor gets the ball.
Oof. You got to go with the Jets in this one. I'll lay the points with the Jets. I think the Giants, up-down theory in the NFL.
Okay.
They had a good game last week, won against the Commanders. Now they come home and will lose to the
Jets
Jets.
off the bye.
Jets off the bye. I'm going with the Jets.
Did they see the New York radio guys are killing Zach Wilson? You know why?
Because he went on vacation.
Because he went on vacation with his girlfriend. What the hell is wrong with going on vacation with your girlfriend on the bye week? And they're ripping him. They're saying this is the biggest week of his life, blah, blah, blah. You remember the whole OBJ boat
Well, you
thing.
ripped OBJ for that, and
I
that's
did.
why I was waiting. So why you not ripping Zach?
What do you mean, why am I not ripping Zach? I'm just telling you what the New York guys are saying.
I thought you were ripping him.
I'm not. I'm just bringing up a speaking story.
I'm half listening. I'm trying to make sure I spelled his damn name right. My apologies. Voigtlander. I was making sure I said that word right.
Okay.
Now tell me the story again, man.
No, it's okay. Jets and Giants. Giants are home and are getting 3 points.
I'm taking Zach Wilson after his vacation.
Fine. Take the white guy.
What are you talking about?
I'll take the Giants and the 3.
I'm taking Zach.
I'm taking the Giants. I think Tyrod Taylor and the G-Men are going to play 3 good games in a row. I like the G-Men in this one. Here we go. Game number 2. Rams at the Cowboys. Cowboys off the bye.
I'll start because you know where
Cowboys
I'm
are given 6
I
to
think
the
this
Rams.
is the beatdown of the weekend. I think Dallas is a lock.
Okay,
These
Cowboys
games come
it is.
around every once in a while.
Lock it down then, Cowboys.
Dallas.
Braylon.
Weirdly close game, high scoring for some reason. I'll take Rams with points.
I'm struggling with this one because I like the Cowboys to win, but I kind of like what Braylon said.
Take the Rams.
Matthew Stafford. I'll take the Cowboys with you, Brian. Okay, don't tell me who to take. You went 0-7. Okay, we got the Vikings at the Packers, an NFC Central, now North, division clash. Packers at home, getting 1.5 points from the red-hot Vikings. Packers are home, Braylon.
I'll take the Vikings. I really don't like Green Bay.
The Purple Gang.
I don't like Jordan Love. And when I saw the Kirk Cousins, Kirk Cousins looked like he woke something up this past Monday, so I'll take the Vikings.
Every score, Ryan, has been a one-score game. I'll go before you because you haven't gone last yet. I'm going to take the Packers in this game at home. Even though I like the Vikes, I think the Packers will get a win here off the bye week.
You know what? I really played these games.
They won last week against Denver.
Yeah.
Denver beat them.
Denver beat them. When I played these games, there was a thing in one of those rules that I used to have that if a team was a favorite and then they went to the underdog, they usually lose. Green Bay was a favorite.
They were?
In this one, a 1-point favorite. Now they're a 1-point underdog. I go with Minnesota.
Okay. Lock it down then.
Well,
you guys got the Vikes, I got the Packs.
That's it.
The Bengals at the 49ers. San Francisco is going with Sam Darnold at quarterback. San Francisco is a 3-point favorite at home against the Bengals. I think since he comes in off the bye, if I'm not mistaken. They do. Who wants to go first?
Ryan, you want me to go first? You want to go first? I'll take the Bengals. Bengals as
JB,
as an underdog.
Give me a little something, wake the show up a little bit.
Come on,
I feel like
JB.
we're dragging a little bit over here.
DJ?
Give us something. That,
give Braylon. Braylon got the
everybody-
Bengals. Who do you have,
I took
Ryan?
the Bengals.
Braylon's got the Bengals. I'll take the 49ers. That line hadn't moved for a reason, I think. I don't know, man.
Can the 49ers lose 3 games in a row? That's the question I ask myself. I want to go to the Bengals in the worst way here. But can the 49ers lose 3 games in a row? I say no. San Fran is favored, though.
Why don't you just take Cincinnati?
Okay, I'll take the San Francisco 49ers. Thank you. You just made my mind up for me.
Very good.
Okay, the Jags at the Steelers. Steelers are a home underdog. winning 2 in a row, getting 2.5 from Jacksonville, who has won 5 in a row. Ryan.
I hate both teams. I'll take the points just because I would never in a million years play this football game.
Neither would I.
But if you're making me pick, I'll take the Steelers.
That's why I put it in there. It's a tough game.
I'll take the Jags just to stick it to you because I know you don't like Trevor Lawrence. So I will take the Jags and represent my brother, Marcus Pollard.
I'll represent Marcus Pollard as well.
There we go, man.
Give me the Jags for a 6-pack.
I'm going to represent Marcus Pollard.
All right, here we go.
You do.
The Cleveland Clowns at the Seattle Seahawks, now who have Frank Clark in the fold. Seahawks at Lumen Field with the 12th man, favored by 3.5.
Why just 3.5?
You tell me.
You said against the Cleveland Browns. Why? Because they have the best defense in the league.
Yeah, but they can't score, can they?
P.J.
But
Walker
they haven't
at
given up more
quarterback.
than 16 points. Like, you can sneak and find a point or two.
I'll go first. Give me the Seahawks. Laying that points.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on the Seahawks. So now I'm going to stop disagreeing with Maz as he is kicking everybody else's butt. I like the Seahawks at home. It's a tough place to play.
Me too.
And like you said, Ryan, they're struggling on the offensive side of the ball. Nick Chubb getting hurt, that was the end of their season. Like Nick Chubb getting hurt, the season was
Kareem
done.
Hunt's doing okay.
Yeah, but doing okay, and that team had
Ford is hurt now.
That team had aspirations of being in the AFC Championship. And now with Nick Chubb, you're trying to fight and claw on defense to get to the playoffs.
Okay, Ryan, here's a chance for you to catch again.
And I'll try.
And I know you will.
Cleveland. Just because.
Yeah, I got
both,
you.
Yeah.
Pick the Clowns.
Pick up a game.
Our final game of the week, because we don't have to pick the Lions yet until tomorrow, until Monday. It's the Eagles at the Commanders. It's a rematch. This time, Washington is home. Irvin Magic Johnson's Commanders getting 7 points at home. They took the Eagles to overtime in Philly about a month ago. Ryan, lead off.
I'm taking Washington. I got embarrassed a little bit by the Giants last week. Up-down theory. There you go.
I agree. I mean, I like the Commanders at home getting the points. It's an interdivisional game. I think the Eagles are hot, though. I think the Eagles are starting to find out that offense. Again, it takes a little while when your offense coordinator leads. So give me the Eagles. I'll take the Eagles in a big one.
I'll take Washington. I don't love it.
Yeah.
But I'll take Washington.
I didn't love it either. Like,
I don't love it.
Yeah.
Because the number to me is high. Because they're home and they're getting 7.
Yeah.
The last time, I think they were getting they were getting like 8.5 the last time at Philly.
5.5, I would have felt more comfortable.
Of course. I'll take Washington anyway. Give me Washington.
Washington.
And we'll follow up with, I'll do here's a bonus game. Michigan State at Minnesota. Minnesota is giving 7.
I just told you.
You took Minnesota?
But even before I heard the number.
Okay. Braylon?
Yeah, Minnesota.
I'm taking MSU.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you,
Does this count against our...
You want it to count?
No.
No.
No. I'm not getting punished for Michigan State.
You know what we should do?
Monday Night Football?
We should take these 7
and
then rank our top 3 that you're on your confidence meter. What you're
confidence
most
meter?
confident on. And you should get extra points or lose extra points if you...
Why, just because you want to catch
yes.
up? Yes.
It's always a guy on the outside.
You always got an edge to you, don't you? You always got an angle.
You know what we should do? It's always a guy.
I like it, though. I like it.
I'll go first.
No. I said I like it, but we're not going to do it.
All right, guys, it's break time. We'll come back, go around the NFL. We'll do it next. First, a message from Big Boy.
Oh, Big Boy.
That
I can
was
go for
funny.
a Big Boy right about now. How about those great cheeseburgers they have and the new pretzel bacon cheeseburger? If you got that chicken craving, how about the Dolly chicken sandwich or Bob's hot chicken sandwich, and upgrade those fries? Make them, you know what it is, chili cheese fries, loaded baked potato fries, and dessert to die for. The Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. How about the funnel cake fries and the best shakes in town? Get a strawberry one from Big Boy.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
At the Academy of Warren, they have a brand new state-of-the-art sports dome field house with a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field that can also be used for 7-on-7 football. K-8 that features AM and PM latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and obviously so much more. The Academy of Warren is now accepting new enrollments. Go to theacademyofwarren.net. That website again, academyofwarren.net.
All right, it's a big weekend around the National Football League. I feel like this is kind of just generically a crappy weekend.
It is.
For football. Not only does Michigan have the bye and the Lions don't play on Sunday, so you've got that, but there's only one game in college football that two ranked teams are playing each other. That's Oregon and Utah. Everybody else is not.
Concentrate on the World Series then.
Yeah, I am. I really am enjoying the World Series, or will enjoy the World Series. I'm enjoying baseball. You know, Florida-Georgia is an intriguing matchup on Saturday. But other than that, I mean, there's not a ton of great matchups. I guess I am excited to see UCLA and Colorado, just because it's been a couple of weeks since I watched Colorado. They had the bye. I'd like to see what they're doing. Dante Moore, the kid from Detroit King, got benched.
Yeah, he did.
So I was looking forward to seeing him play in a big-time game, but I don't know if they will mix him in or not.
Chip Kelly's like Deion, man. His top 5 changes a lot.
Right. And then and then for the NFL, I mean, every game is big, but there's not a ton of juice here. I mean, Vikings, Packers, Rams, Cowboys, Bengals, San Francisco. Outside of those games, I mean, not a whole lot to be excited about. But we'll see. Maybe
you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Matt, shall we go around the NFL?
I don't see why not.
I think we should.
I don't know. We did talk Thursday Night Football earlier.
Yeah, we did.
All right. So
wait, I don't think we did.
I don't think we did. I think we just made a mention of it.
Buffalo's terrible.
Yeah, Buffalo's not
Tampa's
the same,
done.
man. Tampa Bay got a late touchdown to cover the spread, and hell, man, they almost got the Hail Mary at the end of that game.
Chris Godwin looked the other way. If he looks the other way.
Well, he looked up too late, I think.
They win.
Braylon could tell us more.
Well, I mean, you guys saw what I saw. I just think on it a little bit. I think he got tangled up a little bit with defender, and I think when he was trying to turn back around, he saw it late.
I could have used the extra points in fantasy.
I'm so mad I gave him to you.
I know.
He's out there paused. I'm like, come on! I just literally traded Chris Godwin for freaking AJ Dillon and whoever it was.
There is something off with Buffalo.
Big time.
There is something off with Buffalo.
I don't think there's anything. I think this is who they are now. I mean, you look before the season. There's Stephon Diggs in training camp. There's Stephon Diggs and Sean McDermott during the mini camps and OTAs. It's during the game with these guys. It's a lack of running the ball. Then they have a good game, and then they come back with that. Ever since Brian Daboll left, just really, I think the little things started to amount to big things. I think when Brian Daboll was there, offensive genius, the offense is covering up a lot. It's masking a lot. But now he's no longer there. They're not masking what they were. They're not masking the things like on defense, not rushing the passer, the absence of Von Miller, their secondary getting exposed in big games. You can't cover that up when you don't have Brian Daboll.
24-18 the final yesterday.
Does anybody know what the beef is between Daboll and Sean McDermott? Last week, did you see that handshake? That was as cold a handshake as you will see in the National Football League at the end of
maybe
games.
he's pissed that he left.
I understand that,
But how do you
that
get pissed?
can't be it.
Nah, it can't be.
That can't be it. Yeah. Nobody can be pissed that you leave to be a head coach of a preeminent franchise in the National Football League over being a coordinator.
Did he take his playbook and not leave Ken Dorsey some plays?
No, I don't know, man.
I mean, that was
hopefully
one
we'll find out.
rocky handshake.
I didn't notice.
Oh, yeah.
I think I was pissed that Buffalo didn't lose that game. I didn't look at the handshake because that would have knocked out a lot of people out of the survivor pool. Anyway, let's see where Josh Allen fits on the new updated NFL quarterback list. You can see who's trending up and who is trending down. Take a look at that there, Bray.
Patrick Mahomes is trending up. He's number 1. And Jalen Hurts, who was 3 last week, is now number 2. Still trending up after that game, and he should. After that game against the Dolphins, Tua was 2. He's trending down. Stafford was 1. Now he's trending down. What the hell?
Well, he was 3. He dropped it one spot.
Dropped one. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm tripping. Yeah. Lamar Jackson is up 2 spots. He's now 5.
Look at Kirk.
How is Lamar not? Never mind.
Look at Kirk moving up 4 spots.
He had a hell of a game.
Josh Allen moved down 4 spots. Jared Goff moving down 3 spots. Probably should have moved down 10 spots after that game.
I'm just trying to figure out how Lamar is ahead of Matt Stafford. He should be a little higher on that list, I'm thinking.
All right.
Maybe, yeah.
Here's another quarterback that's going to make that list pretty soon. His name is C.J. Stroud.
I like Matt.
And they got to him yesterday. The Texan reporters talked to him about the Michigan sign-stealing saga. Here is C.J. Stroud.
Let's hear it. I didn't hear this.
That's in my past life. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Like, I'm not the type of person to go back and be like, oh, they did that. Like, they beat us. It is what it is. I'm not super happy with that, but like, man, I'm in the NFL now. Like, I'm not worried about what happened in college. But we had an idea on maybe if that stuff was going on, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not here to go back and forth with that. I'm a Texan now, and it is what it is. I'm not tripping off that.
That, you know who that sounds like? Aiden Hutchinson. I'm a lion now, man.
That's different, though. When they asked Aiden that, like, bro, you could say it's Michigan or Ohio State. With that one, like, C.J. Stroud was smart. So like, I'm staying out of it. It's professionalism. Because a lot of cats, if that would have been me and it was an opposite school, I'd been in the league, I'd be like, I mean, that's what cheaters do. Like, I would have said something sneaky. He took the professional route. I got to give him some love for that.
Hey, let's go to Cleveland now, talk to Sean Watson. Now, the rumor is, obviously, out there that he's not interested in playing. He's just jacking around, and he's got his money. Cleveland already paid him. He's going to sit out. Now he's hurt. The coach said he's not hurt. He stopped playing this week. So Mary Kay Cabot and the rest of the Brown reporters asked him yesterday, hey, what's the scoop? Do you want to play or not?
This is what I've been doing since I was 6 years old. So why wouldn't I want to play? I see the same things. I see all the narratives, this, that, third. I mean, all that stuff is just trying to call controversy and promotion. You know, I'm fine. I'm happy. I'm not happy with the injury, but you know, I'm in a great space mentally. I'm in a great space spiritually. Physically, everything else is in a great space except my shoulder. So we're working hard to get that back. But yeah, why wouldn't I want to play? I don't do this for no other reason. So yeah, I see that too. I see the whole contract situation and all that stuff. Yeah, that stuff is just for people to talk and just create narratives.
So look, it's hard to tell a guy, no, you're not injured, you're healthy. But I think human nature and what we've seen in professional sports over the course of 40 years is, for many players, once you get paid, you're not as hungry as you were. Look in any industry. You finally get that big salary, you finally get that big bonus. Hell, if you're a car salesman, you sell 50 cars one month, you're probably not working as hard as you did last month, this month.
Right, unless you're Ali Rita.
It's just, unless you're Ali Rita.
Right.
And left Stanford, Chevrolet, Cadillac,
Correct.
Buick, GMC. But it's just, that's human nature, man.
It is.
So, I mean, he can tell me all he wants that the contract doesn't matter. I think he's lying.
It's in his bank account.
It's just human nature. You get $250 million, that's just what it is, you know?
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of 100% he got paid and it's over with too. He got paid to Cleveland, a city that sucks. He doesn't want to be there, and for whatever reason on offense, he just doesn't want to be there. And then I think it's still mental. Like I still think it's you can't be accused of doing something like that to 30 or more individuals and then walk around regular and just keep walking around with your head held high. Like, football should be his outlet. Like, football should be the thing, man. Tell me I'm wrong. Like, whenever I've seen players in the past have to deal with something, what a sport it was, on the field. Like, look at Kobe. When Kobe was going through that whole ordeal in Denver, Kobe took it out on everybody he played against on the basketball field, and other people do that. Like, that's supposed to be your place of peace and solace. The fact that his place of peace and solace is not the football field, and he looks like this, he's mentally checked out. And, oh, by the way, everything you said goes with it. He's mentally checked out with $245 million guaranteed.
And not only that, but you mentioned Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe was still the best player in the league
True.
when he was doing that. Deshaun Watson ain't the player he was, and I use ain't for effect. So
yeah,
it almost feels like an older retiring player when you think you still got it, but you lost a step. You can't run the same routes that you ran 10 years ago. And you know what I mean? You're not the same defensive stalwart player that you were at one point. Yeah. You just aren't as good on the field anymore, and that's a lot to take mentally, too, for a professional athlete, I have to assume, when you simply can't do the things you're used to being able to do out there.
I understand that, too, but at the same time, we're talking about a guy that this is year 8 for him. After sitting out a year, so he's healthy.
That's a big part of it, I think.
This is year 7, year 8. Like, it's not like it's some player that's year 13 that we're trying to rekindle the magic. It's somebody that's year 7, it's year 8. I look at it more like a Ben Simmons type situation. Got paid, here comes the mental health, got weird. I look at it exactly like I look at Ben Simmons.
Parker, put up that stat again on the trade. Look what Cleveland gave up to get this guy. I just want you to realize what they did for this guy.
3 first-round picks, a third, 2 fourths, traded Deshaun Watson and a 6th-round pick, and they gave him $250 guaranteed dollars.
That's franchise changing.
It's a big deal.
Right there.
It's a big deal.
I got one more for us before we go to the break.
Please.
Look what the Seahawks are going to be wearing for the next 2 weeks.
Gorgeous.
Boy. One of my favorite all-time uniforms.
Gorgeous.
The throwback Seahawk uniform with sad Seahawk.
You don't like that?
No, I wish I could have worn it.
Oh.
I wish I could have worn it.
I love sad Seahawk on the helmet.
Steve Largent was the keynote speaker when at the Blitnikoff.
Gorgeous.
And he spoke, and I just love those Seahawk uniforms.
Gorgeous.
We just showed the Boz and Bo Jackson.
Yes.
Those uniforms.
And on the sleeve, they have the Seahawk going around the sleeve too. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that was
bring it back.
So good.
Enough with the neon.
So good. Guys, break time. One more break. We'll be back to wrap up the week. But first, a message from Fairway Packing Company. For over 60 years, Fairway Packing Company has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. You can experience a Fairway difference for yourself today. Enjoy this weekend out there on the barbecue. Visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods. Grab-and-go steaks individually packed and sealed. Order online if you can't get there in person on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods. Order online, fairwaypacking.com, fairwaypacking.com.
Source age prime pack cut to perfection.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Oh, yeah, you know what time it is.
Oh, yeah.
Woodward Sports and Long Drink. Every home game for the official Lions VIP tailgate party. I'll be there on Monday. Eastern Market, Shed 5. It's always a bash. Starts at 5:15 up until game time. The official Lions tailgate back and better than ever. How would you like to pregame it? Woodward Sports, be treated like a VIP. Food, beverages, entertainment, all included. Get your tickets online today. BullseyeEventGroup.com. BullseyeEventGroup.com.
I will be there, man.
Yeah, baby. We're going to have some fun.
Put my name on the list.
Monday
with,
Night Football.
Good old Brady over there. Little +2 situation.
Where you going?
To the Bullseye event on Monday.
Nice.
I will be there.
Look at that.
Got to show up and show out, man.
There you go. You going to be wearing any of that Lions gear?
I will.
Good.
I definitely will be wearing some of that Lions gear.
Hey,
you
Red
know
Wings.
John, you've got me.
Red Wings fall last night 4-1 at Little Caesars. Only goal of the game by the Razor, Lucas Raymond. But give it up for
Look at that stick.
Look at Mo Sider, baby. Mo Sider, third quickest in Red Wing history to 100 points. Look at that guy.
Wow.
I love this kid. I love his look. I like the way he plays. This guy is going to be an absolute stud.
Mo Sider.
I love him.
Not only that, 2 games ago, he mixed it up. He got in there and mixed it up. It was him, DeBrincat. They got in there, they mixed it up with a guy. I was like, you know what? That's the Sider I was looking for. And that's why I asked D-Mac, where was he at last year? He said, hey, give him a second.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Like you
That's
catch
fire.
me looking at this board so much.
It's beautiful.
I have never seen a screen like that
It's
in my
beautiful.
life.
It's like Little Caesars Arena.
That is
beautiful.
Incredible. This board. I mean, you got to even come get a haircut at Lady Jane's.
You got to.
And come look at this thing in person. This is incredible.
It's gorgeous.
And the fun thing about Mo Sider, I mean, it's only year 3 for him, and he has already 100 points. That's wild.
What year is it for him?
3.
Just his 3rd year?
Yes.
3rd year. Beginning, too.
Kidding. It's Matt said that.
Red Wings.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Red Wings at Boston tomorrow.
Some guys.
The Pistons picking up their teeth and heading into Charlotte tonight. They play the Hornets tonight. Let's see that on the backboard. Pistons and Hornets.
Where's
Let's see
Asar
that.
Thompson?
Let's see it. Anyway,
I think the Pistons
at
win
the Hornets
tonight. No,
tonight.
Come on.
And then tomorrow night, the home opener against the Chicago Bulls.
Did you see they already had like a players only meeting
Yes.
after the first
Game
loss or
one.
something like that?
Yes.
Zach LaVine has issues.
I think the
with
Pistons win tonight. How about that?
On the road at Charlotte.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? If they took
I don't even know who's on Charlotte's team. Who's on
LaMelo
Charlotte's
Ball.
They played the Heat down type. They could play with the Hornets.
Miles Bridges.
Michael
is
Jordan,
MIA.
Charlotte Hornets.
Speaking of Michigan State.
team? No, it ain't his Charlotte Hornets.
Did he wind up selling
He
them?
sold.
He sold, right?
I don't know if that went through yet.
Yeah, it did.
Did he?
$3
I think
billion
it
because
did.
Adam Silver was
What are you
talking
buying for like 10 grand and got $3 billion out of him?
$250 million.
Yeah, but it's
It-
even way less than that
Oh,
by the time
100
you do everything.
100
The guy is a multi-billionaire. Taylor Swift's a billionaire now.
Look at that.
Congratulations.
4 times over.
Thank you, NFL.
Right. Well, I think she did okay on her own.
No, she did do it. I'm not hating. I'm just it goes
You're
back
hating
to
on her.
It goes back to the partnership that I said that they struck.
Well,
Said they
it
worked
is.
together.
She made $4 billion on this concert.
I understand, but look where that concert got relation. Yes, you're right, Ryan.
Sometimes
Absolutely.
just go with the numbers.
I understand that, but look when the numbers start spiking, and once she start working, and look what came out after that. I'm talking about the movie. I'm talking about the tour that was launched for next year. That's all. I didn't hate it. It's a great business
I
deal.
love you.
Hey, World Series tonight, Game 1, Texas and Arizona on Fox.
There you go. Rangers. We're rooting for the Rangers.
Yes, we want Texas.
All right, Bray, get us out of here.
JB, you get us out of here,
You get
buddy.
us out of here, JB.
All right, let's do this. Shout out my man Parker over
Look at
here.
Maz in the corner there.
Appreciate you, Maz in the corner here.
I hate that shot.
we appreciate you guys for tapping in with us all week long. Next week we will be back with a jam-packed full of shows. Monday Night Football, Detroit Lions as well. For myself, Maz on the couch, Parker over there across from me.
Go
Number
Rockers.
1, Braylon Edwards, and of
Go
course the
Blue.
great Ryan Ermanni. We will see you guys next week.
Rock out.